right. The old right again.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We seem to love this spot for our intros, don't we?
Yeah, it's just easy to set up here, not up in the stands. We can go back in the stands.
It's a lovely vista, isn't it?
It is. It's the track. It's the track view.
Yeah.
Wednesday, the 12th of June, episode number 5. Welcome back to the lovely velodrome. We're doing, as Kane has described these before, the bicep curls of track training. We've got some MAC 250s, so roll in from bottom of the track, acceleration at the finish line, all the way around, finish at the finish line again, and then potentially I probably will transition to the aero bars once the effort's done, just again to kind of hone in a bit more onto the practicing that skill. It's something I haven't done a lot of over the last 2.5 months, and it's a skill that we need to do, but I don't know, feeling pretty good after a little bit of downtime over the weekend. I think still carrying a lot of residual fatigue on Monday morning, so we've made some adjustments this week to training. It's a deload week in the gym, so I'm probably taking a little bit more of a deload as I sent it quite hard that last week, and I think my body's kind of catching up to me and it's saying to chill out and slow down. So that's exactly what we're doing, and that's part of the process of being at this level, is understanding when to push and when not to push. So this is a good week to kind of just to keep the temperament under control, just know that this is part of the process, and have a solid session today, because we had a really good session on Monday, and we're just going to keep that momentum going today and into the rest of the week. So it's a good start so far. And how are you feeling today, mate?
I mean, it's a bit of a unique one, because we're actually in our deload week for the track, but it's not a deload week on the gym.
Yeah.
So it's a deload week in the gym, but not a deload week on the track. So we've got pretty solid sessions out here on the track where we should be building in a bit of freshness with the deload. But the key is to respect the deload, because you and I both love the gym and love absolutely nuking ourselves, and a bit of competitiveness obviously within that. So in these sort of weeks, it's good to have others around, like our coaching team and everyone, to kind of put that handbrake on us as well, and be able to reflect back to us what the goal is and what the most important part of our training is, and that is the work on the bikes. So I think the theme for me in the gym this week is respect the deload. I felt really good in gym last night, and it was so hard to pull the weights back because I so wanted to just rip in, but obviously that's going to save ourselves for this session here and then the back end of the week as well. So yeah, for me, body's feeling pretty good. Had a bit of treatment in the physio this morning for just some work on the upper back, neck, shoulders, just a bit of maintenance work, and so that we can come out here and absolutely rip in. Feeling pretty good actually. So
yeah, that's it, and that's the nature of what we do. Is being a sprint athlete, everything is at maximum intensity, maximum quality, but you're always giving 100% of whatever percentage your body is at. So, Monday I came in still with a bit of fatigue from the previous week, and that was reflective in, vertical power in the gym, then was reflective in peak power on the track and activation, whereas just pulling back a bit yesterday and this morning, I'm already up 250 watts than I was on Monday session. So again, that's a sign to say, okay, yes, the decisions we made were the right decisions. Freshness is key, and that's the thing about sprint that people kind of have the misconception of, is that there's such a high level of standard in terms of training output that it does take a big toll on the body to kind of recover from that. And when you do string together weeks and weeks of training together, it does add up. And we're feeling pretty good. I don't want to keep waffling on right now because I'm going on a bit of a tangent. We'll get into training. We'll take you through four of our MACs today. We'll catch up in between efforts, and then we'll have a little post-session podcast debrief at the end.
Great, beautiful wrap. See you out there.
See you in a sec. All right, time for effort number 2. First one, it's been a while since we've done these, kind of just, blow the cobwebs out a little bit. The acceleration felt a little bit sluggish, run a bit bigger gear than we normally would ride, so that's to be expected. But now that we've done one, we know what we're expected. This one should be a lot better. Aside from that, just, some small tweaks and things to work on, but effort and output is the same thing. We're going to focus on this one. What do you reckon?
I think just prioritising that big punch on the first couple of pedal strokes, and the rest will do it.
Take care of itself. All right, let's go. Number 2.
All right, number 2. Oh yeah.
Good?
Yep.
Yep. 2.
Yep.
Clap.
Yep.
It's time. And go. Down. Done.
Maybe that is faster.
Maybe. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Like I said.
I think the K15 Friday, if it goes well for the summer, it's a good opportunity to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's going to come back to the same thing, just being confident and relaxed as well.
Yeah.
Like, and if you just a bit of a smoother
Yeah.
transition, we'll be right.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Effort number 3. It's 2. Yeah, we're mic'd up, mate.
Yeah.
2 down, 2 to go. Handlebar change for Kane. Just trying out some different positional things and see how that goes. And yeah, the acceleration was better on that one. Just try to replicate that again on this one. Nail the acceleration. The rest of the lap will take care of itself. And we'll go out there and give it a full send as we always do, and that's the main goal.
Yep. On a big gear like that, it's that acceleration, isn't it? First couple of pedal strokes, just jam on it, get it going.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's go.
See you up there. Forgot my mic. Didn't have to listen to my voice for a little bit.
3 efforts down, 1 to go. I don't know, that may or may not have been recorded, so sort of you didn't, but 1 to go.
This black line the whole way through. PBs once again, eh?
Yeah, unicorns appeared and stuff as
Yeah.
well. Just, yeah.
Well, I mean, like I can anticipate it a little bit, so just wherever you feel,
Oh, if you prefer it there, I don't mind.
wherever you feel's right. Because I can anticipate it a bit as well.
Yeah. That's that, mate.
Yep.
It's time. And go. Down. Done. Ooh, it's training done for the day.
Yep. Done.
Another one ticked off.
Yeah, big day. Big day.
Very good day. All right, we'll wrap this up in a sec.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So the blooper reel.
It's the blooper. That is not going in the video. How's your session?
Yeah, good. Good. Nah, good day in the office.
Very good day in the office.
Yeah, bit of fun as well.
Yeah.
And we've it's been a really serious session, but been out here enjoying it. Made some pretty big modifications in the middle of the session. Just had some feelings after the second wrap on the Moto Accelerations that we're doing. We've made some massive changes in the last couple of weeks to my bars to get me a bit more height, a little bit more length as well, which has really positively influenced the throw on the start. But I feel like there's been some challenges at top speed in terms of steering, or my bar position leading to Luke having challenges with steering as well. So it's been at the back of my mind, but I've kind of been pushing it away and just like going through the process of going like it'll come, like it'll feel better. And like midpoint of the session today, I was like, maybe we just need to go back to where we were before, and see how that's feeling. And we made that change, and just immediately I felt like that was the right decision. And it takes quite a bit for me to want to make such a drastic change, like in the middle of a session like that. But I think it was necessary, and I think it was the right call at the moment. And as soon as we rolled off to just do a couple of laps to get ready for the effort, I was like, this is on. And I did say as well that like maybe it plays into the belief system a little bit with something like that, where if you truly believe it's going to work, then most of the time it does. If you're getting into a situation and subconsciously you're thinking, oh well, it hasn't worked in the past, so how are we going to make it right? Going back to the old position that we know works, like it does play into my belief system as well, where I got onto the bike feeling confident before we even did it. And that's like, you can't help that. It's just human nature to have that confirmation bias of past efforts. So whatever it is, I think it's worked, and I think we'll probably stick with it. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy after that. How are you feeling?
Yeah, definitely. And stuff we discussed as well, it's like at the end of the day, it comes down to confidence. Because if you feel confident and you feel better, you're going to see that out on the track and in your performance, whenever even it comes to your own sport as well, having that confidence. But like listening to a podcast right now, they're actually talking about that. And I think there was a quote in the podcast saying self-belief is overrated, have evidence, or something along those lines. And the self-belief and confidence comes from the evidence of the previous setup, and we've been fast, we've done fast times, we've controlled the bike, we've done all those things. So that's where that belief and that confidence kind of comes from. And the setup that you went back to with your bars, it's still a big change from what it was at Worlds, and still a positive change. But the World setup to the base bar setup is massively different. So now it's kind of, this setup might be a bit in between, but if you yourself feel that confidence, that's only going to positively impact the bike and the performance, and ultimately that's the major goal that we're working towards. And there's something we discussed down there before we came up here was, again, around that level of confidence, that if I have a moment where I feel uncertain and have a level of, like, I guess, doubt or any kind of hesitation, that will then get reflected to you, because you will sense that from me, and vice versa. So the fact that, you said that you weren't, not that you weren't confident with the setup, but you wanted to try something different that has worked, because the current setup wasn't bad. Like, we still have done fast stuff, we've still been going quick, but I guess our efforts where we have a good one and a one that's a little bit off was maybe a little bit greater, whereas probably towards the end of the session, that gap started to close a bit more, which is what we want, because we're going to build consistency that way. Yeah. And then, myself, Shane, and you, we all had a discussion. You shared an opinion, you shared feelings and thoughts. We said, yep, okay, let's give it a try. And it was a positive result.
Yeah, exactly.
That was shown straight away from not only your subjective feeling, but also the objective times that we did as well, which is positive.
The subjective feelings were really challenging to describe, and it's something that I've tried to describe for a long time about the sensations of my sport, because for me, on the back of the tandem, like, I do have a bit of sight. I've got 5 to 8% vision, so I can see down the end of the track right now. However, on the back of the tandem, I'm looking at this guy, so I can't see a thing of where we're going. So my sport is the sensations that I feel, and when we make such a drastic change on the bike, my sport changes, basically, because it is the sensations that I feel. So when someone says, with such a drastic change, how does it feel? I'm like, I don't know, because I've got no reference points. Whereas, like, at least making small changes like what we have done, we've got the same bars but in a slightly different position. At least I've got that reference point of going, well, I know what it should feel like in this position, and it feels similar to that, and that's kind of where I've landed now. Because like, for me, I know when I've executed based on those sensations, whereas when it's such a big change, I don't know when I've executed or not, because I don't know where we are on the track. I don't know. I have no reference of necessarily how fast we're going or whatever, because everything's different. So
yeah, and I mean, realistically, leading into like nationals and worlds and that preparation, like, everything was around just optimizing I guess, time on the bike for both of us and just getting comfortable and confident. We continued to build that over the time, but we also knew that there was a lot of room for you in terms of like the big rocks where we can make some adjustments and change from positional stuff. Whereas leading now into this prep, we've had that time, and for you, you've experienced, we've done a lot of different things for you. Like my front end setup hasn't changed at all. So for me, things feel the same. But for you, we've gone from this current bike that we rode at Worlds. We're now back on that bike. We tried a bigger bike that was longer. You were on different sprint bars at that point. You've tried 30 centimeter bars. We then tried you on aero bars, like the base bar and stuff. So for you, there's been like a lot of changes, but you know that the old setup works well. And we've, again, like I said, had the confirmation that it's fast and goes, and you just have those good sensations.
Yeah.
So I think the fact that we've been able to explore these different options and give you these different sensations that will then in turn give you the confidence that going back to this setup is like, yes, this is the right call. At the end of the day, the decision you make is the right decision. And that's the thing to remember and to stick with, is this will be the right call.
Yeah.
If, you know, I'm confident too, like the efforts felt better too. Like, yeah, I think it was a very positive change for you, which is a positive change for the both of us, which I think is a good thing as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
No, like I said, and you know, it's good that you're able to express the challenges there that you're feeling around that too, and that's, you know, something that I did a few weeks ago with just me feeling sensations on the front of the bike and kind of doing efforts at high speed. And for you, this is your not your moment, but like you expressing a change that you want to make or feel that is best for you, that is best for us. And I think that's the important thing that we've developed over the last several months, and especially over the last year. Something that we've reflected on is just having that ability to actually communicate what we feel is best for us individually, but is also best for us as a team and as a pairing. And I think that's an important thing that we've built, and it's quite a powerful thing too. And I think it shows. I don't know what the word is, but like it just shows a lot of respect for the both of us that we have for one another, and then also that the respect that we have from our team and our support team, that we can kind of share those moments where, you know, we're having these sensations, or where I was struggling with things
especially
many months ago and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it is really challenging to step forward and articulate your thoughts when you're not quite sure of it yourself, and when you can have people around you that you feel really confident in sharing those moments with, even when you don't quite know how to describe it yourself. I remember vividly talking about it at some point during season 1, we were sitting up there. I said the exact same thing. When you can step forward and be able to talk to something like that when you're not sure of it yourself is a big thing.
Yeah. No, I think it's really good. And the ability to be able to do that is important, because that's the only way we're going to be able to progress and have that level of feeling safe in an environment is what will get the best out of everybody, because it is a high pressure, high stress environment. But, you know, to feel seen, feel heard is very valuable, and that's something that is being built and has been built over many, many months. And I think is an important thing in high performance in general. And, you know, that doesn't just relate to sport, that relates to everything in life. That relates to work, family, life, relationships, whatever. Like, I think that ability to be able to have those is very important and very, it's very critical. And I think as well, having the ability to kind of share those feelings, but then not have somebody, you know, they're called uppers, where like if I go, I got a sore back today, like, I've got 2 sore backs. And it's like, I got a bulge disc. And you're like, I got 6 bulge discs. Like, there are people that will kind of one up your initial like sensation or pain or something like that. Whereas, you know, being able to just sit and listen and respect the feeling that you've got and you've had, and then not interject your own or my own personal experience. And like, it's a hard skill.
A lot of the time it's coming from a place of love when someone does that as well, because they're trying to be relatable and they're trying to share their insights, but it's like the other person just wants to be heard a lot of the time as well. Kind of just stealing the light a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Whereas today was just, we just had the discussion, went from there, and then I think it's been a positive setup, and we'll carry this momentum into the next few sessions, and I feel like this will accelerate the confidence that we both need and both have, and the confirmation of we've done it before, we know that we can do it again, and that'll just exponentially get quicker. There's already a lot of positives that are going on within our splits and training and like, all little bits and pieces here and there are very much heading in the right direction. But the more we can kind of piece that together, the quicker that belief system, which comes from the confirmation of the efforts and splits and times, will kind of compound. And the eighth wonder of the world is the power of compounding.
Oh yeah, that's good. Morgan Housel?
Yeah,
I think so.
I actually think Einstein was the first one that said
Oh,
that
right.
one. Yeah, I believe. But
There you go.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I think down in the pits I said roll on Friday about 3 times.
you
So
did, yeah.
let's roll on Friday.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, a lot of positives. We'll keep pushing. We'll keep charging. We'll bring you along for the journey, and we'll just keep sharing our emotions and feelings and thoughts. And yeah, that's what we're here for. Being vulnerable, being open. This is the reality. These are the days that we have. We have good days, challenging days, but at the end of it all, it's all worth it. It's the price of admission, and pay that price every single day.
Yep.
Cool.
Excellent.
All right. See you next week.
See you next week.